Right now at 5, state Democrats want to try and lower the burden of buying insulin.
We're watching WKBT La Crosse. This is News 8 Now at 5.
Good evening, everyone, and thanks for joining us for News 8 Now at 5. I'm Ken Kozarowski. 1 in 4 Americans who take prescription drugs have difficulty affording them. That's according to the Kaiser Family Foundation poll. And despite legislative efforts to cap the cost, many diabetics still spend as much as $6,000 a year out of pocket for their prescriptions. New legislation being introduced in Wisconsin hopes to bridge the gap for folks who are still paying full price for the life-saving drug. Michael Germain joins us live in studio with the details. Good evening, Michael.
Ken, the legislation comes on the heels of President Biden's historic Inflation Reduction Act, which caps the cost of insulin at $35 for seniors on Medicare, and Senator Baldwin's co-sponsored Affordable Insulin Now Act, which would do the same for private group and individual insurance plans. The plan, introduced by State Representative Jill Billings and State Senator Brad Pfaff, would cap insulin prices for folks here in Wisconsin who receive insurance through state-regulated health insurance plans, as well as through the individual market. Senator Pfaff says insulin should be widely available to anyone with diabetes.
We need to make sure that individuals like my son Andrew and everyone else that have diabetes or diagnosed with diabetes, that they can fight this disease and that they have medication that is affordable.
Wisconsin will be joining 22 other states that are proposing similar legislation, also capping the price at $35. Coming up at 6, you'll hear how much one nonprofit clinic here in La Crosse is paying for insulin and what a difference the bill would make for them. Ken?
All right, Michael, thanks very much. Well, each year more than 2,000 children in the U.S. die of sudden cardiac arrest. But CPR and automated external defibrillators can be life-saving. Data shows AEDs can increase a child's chance of surviving cardiac arrest from 48% to 89%. One doctor says it is critical they are close by and used quickly.
You have 5 minutes from the time the person faints till possible brain damage and other end organ damage will occur. You can't hurt them with the AED. So if someone is unconscious, get the AED.
That doctor's organization, Project Adam, works with schools and communities nationwide to create heart-safe plans. She suggests organizations do drills once a year so people know where the AED is and how to use it. Over half of car seats are not installed properly. That's according to one of Gunderson Health System's injury prevention specialists. Gunderson helped a few local parents check their car seats today. The health system says when car seats are used properly, it reduces the risk of death by 71%. But learning how to install and use a car seat can sometimes be confusing. Gunderson's injury prevention specialist says a technician can make sure everything with your car seat is good to go.
Car seat checks are a great way for caregivers to just come and kind of learn a little bit more about their car seat in particular, how to install it in their vehicle. All vehicles and car seats are different.
Gunderson will be hosting free car seat checks on the first Thursday of each month starting in October. And we'll have more information on those car seat checks on all of our digital platforms. $9,000. That's how much Crawford County Emergency Management is getting for a brand new suitcase. It's a suitcase that officials say will help save lives. The department was awarded a computer and hazmat response equipment grant to buy a suitcase repeater. It's a device officials use to boost communication range between different agencies. Officials found it hard to communicate with each other during the DeSoto train derailment earlier this year. Emergency Management Director Jim Hackett says this suitcase repeater will strengthen their resiliency during an emergency. Well, the Coulee region saw some rain over the weekend, and the radar is looking pretty darn busy right now. Let's bring in First Warn meteorologist Greg Barnhart with the latest. Greg?
Yeah, we're looking at basically a lot of showers, bands of light rain, showers, and thunderstorms coming around the low that we saw mostly yesterday, but we're seeing another round coming through right now. Radar shows really several bands, one along the interstate, one closing in La Crosse, and there's one further west too, as the low kind of sits and rotates just south of the Twin Cities. If we zoom in right now, we're seeing them actually light rain over La Crosse, but we are tracking a longer shower and thunderstorm, stronger batch of it coming through here probably within the next couple hours, and that's what to keep in mind of your evening commute. Otherwise, we've seen quite a bit of shower and thunderstorm activity will clear. Slight drop off on that coming up towards the interstate right now, but still, once again, it'll be a wet evening commute for up there. Otherwise, big picture shows you that whole swirl right south of the Twin Cities responsible for this activity, and it will continue. So once again, a wet evening all the way out throughout the night. We might see some breaks later on, but once again, it will be wet and kind of cool out there in the 60s. Ahead of it, we're going to actually track some 80s coming back, but we got wet weather through about Wednesday. And yes, the dry Oktoberfest, that's looking a little better. All that coming out a bit later in the broadcast.
All right, sounds like a plan. Greg, thanks very much. Well, to get everyone in Das Best spirit, the La Crosse Public Library held a History of Oktoberfest event today. Past Oktoberfest royal family members gave a presentation about the history of La Crosse's major festival. They shared the roots of Oktoberfest and how the traditions have evolved over the years. Last year's Festmaster says he was surprised at the amount of events the Oktoberfest family accomplishes each year.
We do Oktoberfest and the various parts of the Oktoberfest family. Does over 100 events annually throughout the Coulee region, but also very locally. And they donate back tens of thousands of dollars to charitable groups that help put on Fest.
Krat added Oktoberfest is an event for the whole family. And this year the festival kicks off with the Festmasters Ball Wednesday night. And of course, the La Crosse Police Department is sharing a page now this week dedicated to making sure your festival activities are done safely. The At Your Best at Oktoberfest page has details about the 3rd Street aid station as well as parking options. And there's a list of relevant laws and the fines associated with breaking those laws. We have a link to that page on our website and our free-to-download News 8000 app. Deciding what you want to do after high school can be difficult since there are so many options these days. Well, high school juniors from around the Coulee region got the chance to connect their interests with potential careers over at the La Crosse Center today. Students broke into different groups to hear from 27 career experts and over 70 post-secondary schools. The experts represented a variety of different fields, including education, public safety, and broadcasting. 2 students at the fair say it's a good way to see the variety of jobs in the area.
It gives us students a better look at what's all out there and what different opportunities we have.
I think a career fair like this is a great opportunity to explore our options, especially in Wisconsin and Minnesota.
Over 1,600 juniors from 27 schools were at today's expo. Just ahead, against the clock. Congress has until this weekend to avoid a government shutdown, but partisan political conflict is slowing any potential solutions.
The National Home Furnishing Sale has come to Home Furniture. Get up to 15% off sale prices with instant factory rebates. Plus, get free shipping and free financing on purchases of $4.99 or more. The National Home Furnishing Sale at Home Furniture.
Get 11% off at Menards and add style and function to your home, where the perfect fixture can spotlight your newfound skills in the kitchen, where the right pendant takes daily dinner from basic to brilliant, and where your decorating choices are all of a sudden illuminated. With Patriot Lighting, your lighting becomes a reflection of your personal style. Pick up this Brooklyn pendant light for only $59.98 after 11% rebate. Get 11% off Patriot Lighting, only at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
Look, Mom, I found one.
Oh, yeah, you did, but we need an ATM from our bank, unless you want to spend a small fortune in fees.
No, thank you. Banking with BMO means more fee-free ATMs than the 2 largest U.S. banks combined, including places like pharmacies and grocery stores.
Saving money and more convenient. Look at you being so helpful.
What'd you expect? You're studying at a help stop.
That's you.
That's me, at a desk.
When a bank helps you get and stay ahead, that's the BMO effect.
At Bagnevsky Heating and Air Conditioning, we know the Coulee region's weather is unpredictable. 40 degrees today, 75 tomorrow. Is your HVAC system fully prepared to effectively handle the stresses of the next season? Beat the inevitable rush and schedule your HVAC clean and check today. Be confident your air conditioning unit and furnace will work when you need it. Call Bagnevsky Heating and Air Conditioning, your trusted Trane comfort specialist. It's hard to stop a Trane.
Your Trane comfort specialist, Bagnevsky.
Daddy teaches you can be anything in this world that you want to be, right? Don't Daddy teach you that?
Yeah, and it doesn't matter if you're black or white or any color.
See, this is how children think right here. Critical race theory wants to end that.
You can make friends.
Yeah, you can make friends, no matter what color they are. So we need to stop CRT.
The truth wins if we're all brave enough to tell it.
It's Home Seasonal Concepts Porch and Patio Season Ending Sale. Get up to 50% off regular prices on porch and patio sets, fire tables, and more. Like this Baja porch set for just $11.97. The season-ending porch and patio sale. Now at Home Seasonal Concepts.
You expect more, so thank you for watching News 8 Now.
The federal government is set to run out of money and shut down at midnight Saturday unless Congress comes up with a way to pass a spending bill to keep things operational. House Speaker Kevin McCarthy sounding frustrated with some of his colleagues as hardline conservative House members say they won't vote for any spending bill, long-term or short-term, without massive spending cuts. McCarthy says the House will move forward Tuesday on 4 of the 12 spending bills needed to keep the government running. President Biden criticizing the Republicans that are refusing to compromise in a statement he made earlier today.
Funding the government is one of the most basic fundamental responsibilities of Congress, and if Republicans in the House don't start doing the job, we should stop electing them.
The White House says politics could harm millions of Americans who would be impacted by a shutdown. It added that Republicans agreed to a budget deal in the spring and that now House Republicans are trying to renegotiate that deal. Senator Bob Menendez remains defiant in the face of mounting calls from members of his own party for him to step down from Congress. A federal indictment alleges the 3-term Democrat shared highly sensitive information about the U.S. Embassy in Cairo, sought to interfere in criminal prosecutions, and used his power and influence as chairman of the Senate Foreign Relations Committee in exchange for bribes in the form of cash, some found in a coat with Menendez's name, gold bars, Mercedes-Benz, and even home mortgage payments. Menendez denies the allegations.
For 30 years, I have withdrawn thousands of dollars in cash from my personal savings account, which I have kept for emergencies and because of the history of my family facing confiscation in Cuba.
Democrats in the Senate accepted his temporary resignation as chairman of the Foreign Relations Committee, but with a slim majority, most are not asking him to leave office. Menendez is expected to appear Wednesday in federal court in New York, along with his wife Nadine and 3 other co-defendants. Colorado farmers are celebrating a new right to repair law. The law lets farmers and other consumers get needed information from dealers to do their own repair work. Some dealers for John Deere, America's biggest farm machinery maker, opposed the bill. John Deere said in a release that the company supports a customer's decision to repair its products however they choose. One farmer says having to wait days for a service call would affect their crop harvest.
Yeah, your combine's sitting on the side of the field and you can't use it and you haven't cut most of the field, and before it hails it off, then you lose the whole thing.
There are right to repair laws in several states, though Wisconsin is not one of them. Minnesota is among 24 other states considering a similar law. Hollywood writers walked the picket lines for nearly 5 months before a breakthrough was announced late Sunday. In a joint statement, the WGA and Alliance of Motion Picture and Television Producers said they have reached a tentative agreement for a new 3-year contract. While details of the potential deal are still under wraps, writers were seeking better pay, increased staffing minimums, and protections against artificial intelligence.
I believe that the deal that we're working on right now is incredibly important for the longevity of not just the Writers Guild, but the entire entertainment industry.
Picketing is now suspended, but the Guild warned its 11,000 striking writers not to return to work until the ink on this deal is dry. Leadership votes are set for Tuesday if the language is settled. Coming up, love in this club? How about Love in Vegas? Next February's Super Bowl halftime show now has its featured performer.
Now, we've had plenty of rain over the last couple days with this pesky low. Eventually it will come this way and eventually leave. I'll break down when to expect the drier weather and when those 80s will come back. All that coming a bit later on the weather.
Hear everything but the gunshot. Introducing Soundgear Phantom, the world's first custom Bluetooth-compatible and rechargeable hearing protection and enhancement device, blocking loud, harmful noises while giving you that edge to hear better while hunting.
Better Hearing Center, 11th and Main on Alaska.
With fall approaching, now is the right time to get your new energy efficient windows from your home improvement company. We're offering 50% off all windows. Call now to get 0 interest and 0 payments until 2025. Our team of trained and certified professionals will ensure your project is done right the first time. Like the warm weather, this deal won't last forever, so call today or go online to schedule your free consultation and get 50% off your new energy efficient windows. Your home improvement company, where it's your home made better.
I'm going to say something I want you to think about. Wealthy people ask, how much? People who struggle with their money ask, how much a month? If you're borrowing for everything you purchase, you're buying everything on time, this can lead to a life of financial mediocrity. I think you deserve much better than that. If you'd like to learn more, give me a call at Firefighters Credit Union.
Everybody's welcome at Firefighters Credit Union.
Ho-Chunk Gaming Black River Falls presents Piano Men, a tribute to Elton John and Billy Joel. Friday night, October 27th.
And he's trading in his Chevy for a Cadillac.
Don't miss Piano Men. $40 tickets at Ticketmaster include $15 rewards play. Piano Men, a tribute to Elton John and Billy Joel.
Is everybody feeling home?
Only at Ho-Chunk Gaming Black River Falls. Must be 21 years or older to attend.
Finati's on Main Street in La Crosse is the only place you'll find this kind of variety, including our totally scrumptious caramel apples, juicy, tart, and smothered in creamy, buttery caramel. Finati's caramel apples, yeah, they're that good.
No, I'm not leaving. It's Finati's. This is the best place ever. Practices can't wait.
Hear everything but the gunshot. Introducing Soundgear Phantom, the world's first custom Bluetooth-compatible and rechargeable hearing protection and enhancement device, blocking loud, harmful noises while giving you that edge to hear better while hunting.
Better Hearing Center, 11th and Main on Alaska.
You're watching News 8 Now. Expect more.
8-time Grammy-winning singer Usher says he is humbled to headline the Super Bowl 58 halftime show. The celebrities, including Kim Kardashian and former NFL star Marshawn Lynch, helped announce the gig of a lifetime. But the official call came from Jay-Z, whose company Roc Nation produces the halftime show. Usher giving his first live TV interview since the announcement to CBS this morning.
Jay-Z calls and he's like, "It's your time. It's the magic moment." And, you know, my girlfriend is there and she's like, I'm like, "It's happening." She's like, "No way." And he's like, "Way."
Usher says he actually knew 4 days before the announcement, and the toughest part was keeping it a secret from his family, I can imagine. He's promising fans a show they will not forget. Super Bowl 58 broadcast live on CBS on Sunday, February 11th. In the meantime, you know, so many dry weeks in a row for this area, Greg. It's kind of a welcome sign for many in this community to see rain touching down in the region, and could see more of that tonight.
Yeah, we've been in a drought for a while, and everyone wants the rain. Unfortunately, sometimes you get it when you're harvesting too, so a lot is not what we needed right now, but we've had some rainfall. We're expected to see more wet weather coming at least through a couple days, and if you look at the precipitation kind of getting into the wet conditions and breaking all this forecast down, we're going to see basically wet conditions really through tonight. Really, probably the wettest period will be tonight to tomorrow. More showers and thunderstorms tomorrow, Tuesday, but it's going to be more scattered in nature. And even this continues on Wednesday, but it's more showers and the coverage kind of decreases. So more dry periods Wednesday. And then dry looks like pretty much Friday through this weekend for the Oktoberfest. Doesn't look like we're going to see any rainfall, but we just got to get through really Wednesday to get through it. Temperatures really not too bad. 70s through Thursday, just around there. We'll warm back up to close to 80 by Friday, but I think through the weekend, through next week, a lot of areas will be in the low 80s once again, so well above average, and then maybe cooling back to the 70s next week. So once again, it does look fairly good for this upcoming weekend, but we got to get through all this activity here through tonight, which is really a line of showers and thunderstorms coming through this area. It'll begin to lift north through the area. I think areas west of La Crosse, Winona, up to Red Wing may see more scattered showers coming here in a few hours as this main line begins to push northeast. Eau Claire will probably still see that. And then as you notice, by about 11 to 12 a.m. into the basically overnight hours, it becomes more scattered in nature throughout the area, a little bit more concentrated south of Sparta, but still on and off showers throughout the night, but it won't be maybe that steady rain that we're seeing a lot more this evening. And then as you wake up tomorrow morning, it looks like maybe the interstate through Eau Claire might be really wet commute. Otherwise, we'll see more of this begin to push back into the area around 7 to 8. You should see more widespread between Monroe and Black River Falls. A little bit less as you go to La Crosse. I think maybe the wet commute will be further north and east, but still we'll be dodging showers and thunderstorms. This will continue in the afternoon, but you see the trend kind of pushing all this further south towards the afternoon. So further north you go towards Eau Claire, there'll be less coverage of those showers tomorrow, more or less La Crosse further south. And then as you go in tomorrow evening, once again, more activity, but the activity has pushed further south. Not much is further north, but still, it's going to be a wet couple days here, just on and off. Really, as the big picture shows this low, it's going to take a while to really begin to push out. As you see, it digs further south throughout the period, and even going into Thursday, it lingers across the area to provide more cloud cover as we get towards Thursday, but I think more or less areas will begin to dry out. It's just going to take some time for this to actually get out of the area, which is pretty common with this. Big picture for this weekend, ridge builds up and a whole storm track pushes to the north, so that's the good news. We're not going to see any precipitation, looks like, this weekend. It should be well to the north, which means we're going to get more into the 80s going into the picture here as we go. And that clicker is keeping going. So we'll just keep going. It's not pushing it right now for us. But as we get to the precipitation here, 1 to 2 inches we could see in certain areas, even more. So we're going to see more rainfall. Some of it, we liked it, but maybe not all this amount that we're seeing right now, but big picture shows that why. Otherwise, overnight lows, we're looking back into getting into the upper low 60s. Rain chances, going to be a wet night and then wet tomorrow, really off and on. Temperatures around 70, which is not bad, but once again, we're going to have wet conditions here as we get towards, it's the 8-day forecast, but we are seeing improvements as we get close to the point of Wednesday, Thursday, and then the weekend does look good with 80s coming back.
Great for Oktoberfest.
It's going to be dry. That's good news, and warm.
All right, Greg, thanks very much. And when we come back, a whole new level of laziness. If you're lethargic, there is a new competition just for you.
Don't be tricked by sales and free stuff. Better products at better prices on all your home improvements during the 2023 Fall Home Show at the Board Store Home Improvements. Don't miss it.
Hello. Yes, this is Nicolay Law. Well, no, I'm not actually, but I'm familiar with this work.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. If they want the real Nicolay, they should get the real Nicolay. Thank you. Russell Nicolay here. Yeah, we can help you.
In a world full of choices, make sure you get the real Nicolay.
You have a trash can here? That's all right, maybe we'll get you one. Let's get you a trash can.
While there are many unexpected factors that can affect the next growing season, farmers have grown to expect the expected with Rink Seed. Our consistent top-end yields come from strict quality control, trusted technology, and local dealers invested in your success. Rink Seed has been a family-owned and operated business since 1846. More than 175 years later, we still have the highest performing genetics on the market in all environments. Rink Seed.
Did you know the proper installation of your windows is just as important as the windows that you select? Improper installation can lead to issues like air leakage, mold, rotten wood, structural issues, and other future problems.
Don't take chances. Call Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions. Our factory-trained team will ensure your new windows are installed correctly the first time.
Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions, the clear choice for the best windows installed by the best people. Receive up to 25% off your new windows with our Cooperative Savings Plan.
For 46 years straight, more of you have trusted Ford F-Series trucks to help save the day. Stretch the weekend, haul, or tow just about anything, anywhere. That's because they're built Ford tough. And it's why Ford F-Series are America's best-selling trucks 46 years straight. And for that, we thank you. Now get a new 2023 Ford F-150 with 3.9% financing for 60 months, plus up to $3,500 in total savings. Only at your local Northland Ford dealers.
Welcome back. People are taking laziness to a whole new level at a competition in Southern Europe where slumber is the sport. As Tina Kraus reports, hitting the snooze button is what it's all about.
A sleepy village in Montenegro has opened its doors to the Lazy Olympics. To compete, all these athletes need is a mattress.
A sada jednostavno
I'm simply here for myself, says Jovan, who's taking a break from his job in marketing.
zbog dokazivanja.
I want to prove to myself I'm capable of pushing my limits. His slumbering skills have kept him going, while more than a dozen others have dropped out of the snooze fest that's been running for more than a month. Lilia says, I've been here for 800 hours already. I'll get up when I'm bored, but I'm not sure when that will be. There's a lot riding on this restful race. The winner takes a $1,000 prize. Jordana says she's managing to hold on. As for her husband, who's home with the kids, she says he tells me you're on vacation, stay in bed, and enjoy it. As time ticks away, the rules are simple. No sitting up or standing, and just one 15-minute bathroom break every 8 hours. Lilia says, my brother and parents came to beg me to stop, saying they'll give me the $1,000. But I said there's no chance. I'm staying until the end. In a country with a reputation for being laid back, organizers say the lazy Olympics are the perfect tribute. Tina Kraus, CBS News.
That is commitment right there. This year's laziness competition shattered the relaxation record of 5 days, partly because of that bathroom break they're giving. In past years, there were no breaks at all. My goodness, for $1,000 bucks. All right, we're going to have another look at tonight's forecast courtesy of Greg Barnhart when we come back.
Chart your career with a fabricator position at Chart Industries. Starting wage up to $30 per hour with no experience necessary. Excellent pay and awesome benefits. Apply now at jobs.chartindustries.com.
100 years. There are very few businesses that have withstood this test of time.
But it was in 1923 that our family opened a 2-stall garage and used car dealership in Pleasantville, Wisconsin, serving the surrounding communities that today has grown into the Osseo Automotive family of dealerships.
A commitment to excellence through a century of automotive innovation is waiting for you.
Osseo Automotive is Osseo Ford and Nels Gunderson Chevrolet in Osseo, Rudy's in Whitehall, and Fountain City Ford. Check us out at OsseoAuto.com.
Get away in your home with new upholstery from Black River Furniture Outlet. Shop our huge inventory of Ashley sectionals, sofas, and love seats. Great discounts on recliners and reclining furniture with power features like adjustable headrest, heat, or massage. Customize your feel with best home furnishings. Go smaller or go the beast. Upgrade to power or change fabrics. And if you need a lift, shop our full line of lift chairs. Plus, try out our latest hybrid, gel, and all foam mattresses on a new adjustable base. Family and veteran owned, Black River Furniture Outlet, Black River Falls.
Start your adventure and get in a new Jeep at Pischke Motors La Crosse or Pischke Motors West Salem.
Stop in now during the Jeep Adventure Day sales event. You'll save over 10% off MSRP on a 2023 Jeep Renegade, a 2023 Jeep Compass, or a 2023 Jeep Gladiator. These Jeeps are ready for your next adventure. Pure comfort and functionality at your fingertips with the power and confidence you know Jeep provides. Stop in now because this offer ends October 2nd.
Start your search at Pischke.com and drive away in your new Jeep.
It's time for Jolivet Family Farms Fall Harvest. There's no substitute for homegrown freshness. Stop by today for some of Jolivet's homegrown raspberries, squash, crowd cabbage, popcorn, and large selection of apples. Hardy Mums are now in bloom and available at Jolivet's. Find distinctive crafts and decor, Wisconsin wines, take home some apple crisp, apple pies, caramel apples, and apple cider donuts from our homemade bakery. Buy fresh, buy local. Open daily year-round. Jolivet Family Farms, West Salem.
Chart your career with a fabricator position at Chart Industries. Starting wage up to $30 per hour with no experience necessary. Excellent pay and awesome benefits. Apply now at jobs.chartindustries.com.
We're going to have a wet overnight, maybe a wet morning commute too for some. Once again, just depends on where you are, but definitely keep note of that, of all that going on. Wet conditions continue Wednesday, and then we do dry out with 80s returning for the weekend. It does dry and comfortable.
All right, looks pretty good. Yeah. That's Greg Barnhart. I'm Ken Kozorowski saying thank you so much for joining us tonight at 5 and hope to see you again at 6.